Did you know the United States of America is still printing $2 bills to this day? That's right, you can quite literally go to your local bank, ask them for $2 bills, and they'll most of the time give you them. You could even order them directly from the Bureau of Engraving where they print the $2 bills. In this video, I'm going to go back in time and show you some very rare and very old United States $2 bills that if you come across one, you're going to want to know how to sell it for the most money possible because you don't want to get ripped off. Now, if you don't have a few minutes to watch this video, you can go back to watching your Taylor Swift video or whatever you want to watch, but I promise you the information I'm going to show you in this video is invaluable and you're not going to want to miss out today. So let's just go ahead and start off with a normal $2 bill. This is something we're all familiar with. Now, this specific $2 bill is actually pretty rare, and here's why. So this is actually what we call a star note. Star notes are produced in order to replace a damaged or error bill. So during the printing process, if there's a mistake that happens, this star note will be able to replace that bill. It's important to replace them with a star note. That way there's no weird fraud or something happening where they're just printing the same serial numbers over and over. It's all about bookkeeping and record tracking so people aren't just printing money for their own use. And this $2 bill sold for $159. 336 bucks. Now we're gonna start getting into some crazy bills here, so sit tight, but this one sold for $336, all because of that rare serial number. You can see the bill starts and ends with a 4, and there's a bunch of 5s in the center. This is what collectors call a fancy serial number, and they will pay a premium for it. This one sold for $336. All right, now we're getting to a little bit of a weirder area. So 1928, this is the first year of issue the United States had when it came to small size bills. Now you may be asking, hey James, what's up? Like, why is the serial numbers and the seal red? This is what we call a legal tender note. It's fully issued, fully redeemable for $2. So you can quite literally, if you had this bill, you could take it to your local bank and deposit it into your bank account. You could bring it to your grocery store and pay for it. But I do advise against that for a few reasons. One, this $2 bill sold for $854, so there's a collector value there. And two, there may be a chance that someone would actually call the cops on you. There have been plenty of stories out there where someone will pay for something at the grocery store with a legal tender bill or a silver certificate with a blue seal, and the person at the cash register thinks that it's a complete scam. So they call the cops, and one thing leads to another, and there's a big miscommunication, and it's just a nightmare. So you want to avoid that. But I'm telling you right now, there's a big collector value in a bill like this one because it sold for $854. All right, here's a $2 bill from 1864. This is a Confederate States of America, or a CSA note. Now you'd think that a bill like this would sell for incredible amounts of money, but here's the reality. Most Confederate paper money is actually not that rare. Don't get me wrong, there are some very, very expensive, rare Confederate $2 bills out there, but you gotta remember, after the war, this paper money was deemed useless. So useless that people would line their homes with this Confederate paper money as wallpaper. It was literally as useless as anything. So the value was pretty much not there, but over time, collectors started putting value on bills like this. So this $2 bill sold for $159. 1891 silver certificate. So this is a genuine United States $2 bill. Now the cool thing about this large size $2 bill is that it's a silver certificate. So this bill is much larger than what we're used to seeing on our $2 bills. This one is really neat because back in the day, you could actually bring this $2 bill to your bank and exchange it for silver value. That's right. You could quite literally have an exchange of paper money into silver. There's also gold certificates, but this was when our paper money was actually backed by a commodity like bullion, silver, gold. These bills are incredibly rare and valuable, especially in better condition, as you can imagine. This $2 bill sold for $671. Now, this is a national banknote. The cool story about this one, even though it's in really bad condition, is this is what collectors call a lazy deuce because the 2 is on its side. Now, PMG graded this note at a fine 12, which is an incredibly low grade for this bill. However, this is from the Bank of New York, a very sought after original national banknote. This $2 bill, even though it's beat in condition, sold for $2,135. Some of the oldest US paper money is right here. So this is a $2 bill from 1777. Now, it's hard to even imagine and wrap in your mind around a bill that's that old, but this is during the colonial era of the United States. And personally, personally, I think bills like this should be worth a lot more money based on how old they are, but there's just not as many collectors into this specific area as you might imagine. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of value to be had with bills like this, but I mean, for a $2 bill, it sold for $1,098 for this Georgia Colonial note from 1777. Now, I'm glad we put this one here. It's actually one of my favorite large size bills, and this is from the Rainbow series is what they call it. So 1869, that is the Rainbow series, and there's a good reason they call it a rainbow note, and that is because of the coloration you see. So you're going to see a red seal on the right hand side. On the left hand side, you're going to have these blue security fibers, and then along the top, you've got this green bar of print features. So this is actually one of the first years that they started getting pretty serious about anti-counterfeiting measures by adding more security features like this. So the red ornate seal, the blue security fibers on the left, and this green design at the top made it, at the time, much harder for counterfeiters to go in there and try to replicate a bill like this. Whereas counterfeiters were running rampant back then. This one was graded by PCGS Banknote at a very fine choice 35. It sold for $4,148. Now listen, if you come across any of the bills that you saw in this video, it's important you contact a rare paper money expert. They're going to be able to help you maximize the value of your bill. Do not, under any circumstance, bring your $2 bill to a pawn shop. They are going to take advantage of you. Make sure, this is what I always tell anyone watching my videos, go to at least 3 different coin shops and get their opinions. If they all tell you the same thing, they're probably telling you the truth. Now, listen to your gut, but I will tell you this as well. Most of the time, you're not going to have a bill that is that rare and valuable. But please do your homework, do your research, do some internet digging around before you just sell your bill. We do hope you enjoyed this video. It was really fun to make. We have a free coin and currency ebook you can get down below absolutely free. We will see you guys in the next video.